Hello again. It's Aspirate, played by Jaimers. I think we're good to go right now. Yeah, basically just starting. He's using Iori. So depending on which character you choose, the first few stages become differently ordered, right?
Yeah, the first stage is locked. Apart from that, you can pick the order. So Iori gets this base stage, and Iori, I would say, survival-wise, she has the weakest shot. She's maybe the hardest to clear with, but she has a scoring advantage. Her secondary shot can be aimed to the side really well, and she's pretty mobile.
She's good for scoring because she's weak.
Yeah, that's another reason for sure. It's easier to time your kills and not accidentally kill stuff.
So the first objective of the game is basically collect as many P items as possible. Right. And as soon as you are fully powered up, you can then trigger the gold.
Yeah, and the higher the multiplayer you get on all these kills, the more power-up items you get. Yeah. So even at the start here, he's trying to get, here, trying to get 14 times, you get more items, then you get the...
Oh,
there we go, max
that's
power.
a restart.
Just to introduce for the stream, the people on the mic are
Well, that gives us more time to explain the
Xaerock,
system. So basically,
Moglar,
16 is the maximum
the man
multiplier,
from the Ketsui run earlier,
and you can only access it at
and the player
max
himself,
power.
Jaimers.
So
we got
first
a nice
all the
crew on
Ps,
the commentary.
and then the times 16 multiplier on the enemies. And how this works basically is that you have this spread shot, and the spread shot has, I think it's 15 bullets. And if they all attach to a mid-size enemy, for the popcorn it obviously would work, and then kill it with your shot, you have attached basically all 16 shots you have, and then you get the times 16 multiplier.
It's sort of how many explosions are on connecting with the enemy you kill will begin a multiplier. Even on these smaller tanks, you can form one, and at the start of stage 1 you're going down a bit here.
And it really helps that when you shoot the spread shot at an enemy, that the explosions will stay on screen for maybe half a second or so.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it's a lenient scoring system in this way, but still, it's great fun to exploit. Definitely.
Yeah, it's easy to pick up. I would say
yes,
for sure.
Once you understand the basic system. And one small thing, by dealing damage with the special secondary shot, you get some extra tick points from damaging. So I think
Jaimers will see here.
he's trying to maximize that stuff.
So, and what happens when you trigger the times 16 mode? Look at the top right, below your gold item, there will be a timer coming up, and it's a very short timer that will instantly decrease almost. And when you kill enemies during this time frame, they will all be times 16 multiplier.
Yeah, it becomes sort of like Donpachi.
Reminiscent of Kitsui.
And once he gets 200 items, he'll activate his hyper mode. I don't remember what's called, fever or something. What's the official term? But every enemy will start dropping huge amount of items when you have when you have the remote active. So
here we're approaching the first boss, and I'm not sure just how much boss milking we will actually see. He's going for it, I think. That's great. I mean, many people don't really like this game because of this kind of milking, and I think it can become kind of excessive, to be honest. But I don't know. It's part of the game.
So this is Arcade Plus mode, so the timeouts will be way faster in the arcade version. He's playing Arcade Plus. And well, personally, I do think some of the boss patterns do get cool. They get some pretty crazy hard patterns, like the school boss.
Definitely.
Yes, they definitely look difficult. Maybe not this one yet.
Yeah, maybe not.
I'm not sure how long the timeouts are on Arcade Plus actually, but that's one thing that's supposed to be the biggest change in Arcade Plus is the
2 minutes shorter, I think.
5
minutes to 3 minutes.
5 minutes.
It also works differently. You only get tick points if you hit 2 parts of a boss.
Oh. Well, that narrows it down to
that's cool.
Excessively milk it, basically, because when you only have one part, then it's not possible, and that's basically when arcade the most boring milks start.
That's pretty cool. 'Cause
exactly.
that means you have to aim your shot very specific way to hit two
Yes.
parts as well. That's cool.
So
And
that
he
isn't
used-
only for the stage 5 boss?
Kind of sloppy.
Yeah. So you see that the boss parts, Jaimers has waited for the boss parts to destroy, make them blink red, and then the moment the most bullets are coming out from the boss, then you kill the boss part to make all those bullets turn into gold items. So here again,
Yeah.
wait for a good attack. Now it blinks, you know it will probably die, and then get the times 16 without the bullet perfectly. Here it's perfectly.
Nice.
And the biggest point
it's
gain
satisfying.
on the boss then is the final blast, of course. So you also have to destroy the boss itself with a times 16. So you very carefully have to weaken it until it's almost dead, and then go for the times 16.
Yeah. There's also like reasons you want to enter the next stage with the 16 times, because then he'll have the fever. He'll have the timer active. And also you can see here when he picks up the items, it extends the timer. So that's how you keep the chain going. You try to collect as many items as possible, and the timer will keep extending.
Yes.
I think the next stage we'll see a lot of that in the third stage.
Yeah, so the timer is still going. The timer he got on the first boss. Now he can very conveniently kill the first rush of enemies just with this timer. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, those enemy types, those yellow ships, if you leave one part alive, they shoot that huge clump of bullets. You get a big
Right.
bullet cancel there. I think I'll go for it here again. To leave this one alive. I think I missed one part, yeah. Those will appear later as well, so...
Yeah, so this game can become incredibly complex if you go for chaining. So the stages are really, really difficult, and then you have those long boss milks as well, at least in arcade, I guess. But chaining
Yeah, I
is
think the
very...
bullet cancelling stuff is not something that you'll go for, like, early on.
Right.
That gets really complicated.
Yeah, I mean, it looks so easy when Jaimers is now getting all times 16 here, times 16 there. But if you play the game for the first time, you will not see this number 16 anywhere on screen. It's very difficult to trigger.
Yeah, you need to know the enemy health and time
Yes.
your shots behind them. It's pretty neat. There isn't like a cave shmup like this, so it feels unique.
Yeah, it's pretty unique in art style as well, I think, and the systems. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like in Kitsui when you go for the empty lock. You have to basically know when to use the lock when it's about to die the mid-size enemy. So that's kind of comparable, maybe. Also with the shot training, but still, of course, it works kind of differently. Yeah. And here
So
you
when
got some
enters-
nice
oh,
chunks of
yes.
bullets.
Yeah. So
Some
even
very
this, when you're in fear mode, even these small enemies, like ground enemies, drop a ton of
Yes.
items, so you get a big amount of them here. I wonder if he'll milk this boss. This is the stage 2 version, but...
And here's the ballet
Funny,
club.
that's pretty rough.
Random. It was a stupidly random.
Yeah, that's really hard to get 16 times on those guys. Crazy hard.
And this boss in general is quite difficult to hit, right? Because it has such a small hitbox and moving around the screen all the time. So
Yeah, it's quite interesting for a cave shmup. Like, it's a Guange has some bosses like this, but
Right.
apart
right.
from that, let's see.
It's basically the only part where you can actually reliably hit it with times 16. So he
I
stands
guess the
still,
last boss is similar. That's about it. Do the pods count as one part for that milking thing? Like, can you not get tick points from them?
You can if you hit 2 of them.
Okay, yeah, they are like separate hitboxes, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
one
nice.
and,
16.
Or one and the boss itself, I guess. Also works.
Oh, this is quite tight. Yeah. So with each successive health bar, the boss basically shoots out the same patterns, but more difficult each time. So it's
Yeah,
very
so-
interesting, like building up to the finale.
Yeah, and depending on your stage order, if this was the third stage, you would have one extra phase.
Yeah, right.
The patterns would be harder.
So here we go for the last phase. A little bit of milking here. And this is all random, and your hitbox is kinda... I mean, I don't really understand the hitbox, to be honest, in this game.
Well, he has the hitbox indicator
Yeah,
on,
just-
luckily, the green dot there.
Oh wait,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
in this mode, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
very
fast.
useful for this game. It's very nice to have that thing. Like,
I didn't notice even, but
especially
you're right.
yeah, especially if you move sideways. Look at that animation. It's really bizarre.
What's happening there even?
Yeah, it's like too animated.
Right.
Toho games, they don't have animations. Here, Cave has them.
Yeah. So here we go for the final kill. Let's see if you can get the 16.
Oh yeah, you can get a big cancel from this guy.
Yeah. Just have to wait it out.
Maybe the third.
I didn't
shot
copy
here.
it.
No.
Oh, he spoiled it.
Well, you can wait another 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh yeah, this one. It's quite easy to get on these pods because when you damage them, you don't damage the boss until they die. So
Oh,
you
I see.
can wail on these pods.
What
and-
the toads do is also completely random in the pattern. That's also kind of.
That's rough. I think the next stage is important to get the chain as well. Well, every stage, of course, but
Yeah.
this is a big time scoring stage. If you do this stage third, I think it's like the maximum scoring. Not 100% sure. This is also where I would say the survival gets pretty tough. Like if you do this stage third, many people might start racking deaths. And the chains get very specific here, like which big enemy you take out. Do you leave those small spiders there? All that.
Right, so it takes some very careful routing, right? The stages look incredibly complex.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say it's more lenient than like something like the Dodonpachi games, though. Like, I mean, yeah, well, like if you fail a part of the chain, it's not like all your chain guns. Like, okay, that one guy didn't drop the items, so it's pretty.
I mean, that's
nice.
what I like about this game as well, that it has this short burst chaining mechanic. So you can score basically in increments. You're not having one mistake and your score is basically lost. You can make mistake and you have many different multiple occasions to score in. So that's great. I like that.
So these things you can get a very big bullet cancel as well. He's trying to time the very last like bit
Yeah,
of
they have
damage,
like
so,
several
there we go.
parts, and it's quite difficult to destroy the parts first and then the main body. It looks tough. But he's doing a good job.
I think you can do it faster, but he said like delaying it to get even more bullets.
Ah, I see.
It's trickier than normal. This last bit is also difficult
Oh.
to pull off.
So many gold cubes. That looks very good.
Yeah, like there's so many enemies here, you can basically keep your chain going indefinitely till the boss.
And it's so satisfying just to see those flashing gold 16 numbers on screen, right? It just
Yeah.
looks really good. You just
I
want
feel like
to
the
have
next time you see that is like Mushihima-sama Futari Ultra Mode
Right.
or whatever.
Oh, and here you can see he's
Time
delaying the
strategy.
kill for this enemy, then kill the
Yeah.
enemy to get the multiplier on the cast as well.
Right.
So that's a nice little trick.
This boss can be pretty annoying, so I think it's not well, no, he's using the secondary shot. But...
So here you can
Okay.
destroy all the 4 wheels, 4 times 16, I think, and then the main body.
Yeah.
Some people destroy the last one for times 16, and the main body also dies along with it. You do that sometimes.
Ah, I see.
Because
He has
you can
very
see it
nice
does,
routes through this bit here.
destroying one of those parts does a lot of damage to the boss as well. Yeah, he did it there.
Yeah, he...
Oh,
Okay, this is the pattern nobody likes dodging.
I hate this pattern.
So there's one, like,
I-
the movement in this game is a bit weird. So focusing takes, because there's no auto fire button in this game. Like, focusing takes a while, and then unfocusing takes a while as well. So if you try to immediately go to fast movement, it doesn't happen. So you need to, like, know the timing. It makes this pattern harder, I would say. This one, like the
Yeah,
rotating.
this blue pattern is a great spot for a planned bomb. I figured out.
He has a nice, very, very lenient route here. He's, like, baiting to one side and...
and let's see.
Yeah,
if
he's
we can
yeah,
get the castle.
Nice.
Waiting for the best attack.
Oh yeah, it's random. Those blue bullets are
Nice.
random, which threat
Oh,
he
damn.
does, so that can be
Oh, that's perfect.
nice.
That was way too close.
Yeah, good job. Oh, the next stage, I really like this stage personally.
Best stage.
You gotta be really aggressive, and there's a bunch of cool patterns. And I plant
It's
bomb
also-
here to extend his item count, because he'll now go above 200. And he will get a bomb energy back as well.
And speaking of extends, there's an extend item on that
Right there.
stupidly fast train.
Yeah, you basically cannot see
Yeah,
it.
he
You just
got-
have to shoot the top of that
Yeah.
train and you'll get it. It's not visible really. You're just playing.
If
Does
anyone
it have any other
in the
conditions,
stream
or
saw
do you
that,
just have
that's
to
impressive.
be there and shoot it?
You just
It's
have to
just
sit on top of the train. As it
Alright.
flows
You can
faster.
bomb or anything. Like you can do anything. You just need to shoot that train and you get it.
No, if you bomb, you can't pick it up. Actually,
Oh, okay. Okay, good to know.
yeah, don't do that. If you need to bomb, do it like 3 seconds earlier.
True. But yeah, the item count will come into factor later because it'll give him like a bigger chain timer, if I remember right, or is it a multiplier?
That was close, nice. So the game difficulty really increases from this stage on, right? Just
Right.
goes quick.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
especially the boss of this one is just so difficult. And real spike in challenge as well, compared to the other three.
Yeah, I suppose.
So
I feel like the next boss is like
how
less of
difficult is
the-
this game in comparison to other shmups? Would you say this is beginner friendly in a way, just judging from the difficulty, or is it this one of the tougher ones?
I'd say it's beginner friendly for sure.
Yeah, I would agree. It's like one of
Pretty
these.
hard.
Well, I don't know, like middle ground difficulty.
It's middle
Yeah,
ground
it
for
depends-
like
it depends.
A1 alls.
Oh yeah, it depends what character you play, and also you can use a lot of. The bomb is very strong in this game. Jaimers is not using it a lot because he's playing for score, but if you bomb a lot in this game, you can do really well. It's a bit like
Right.
Dodopachi.
Oh, here we go, the boss. So basically, all of the patterns of this boss are difficult to dodge, especially what we have heard about the the movement before. You cannot really dodge focused, so it becomes very tough, and everything is just random and feels very difficult. Like this one, oh
I think
nice,
it's my.
so close.
I think it's my favorite boss to fight personally. There's a lot of like
Yeah,
just fun,
this is
like
my favorite as well.
non-memorizer fight dodging. It's like
Feels like a very
reaction
pure
dodging.
fight.
Yeah.
It's not gimmicky at all. All the patterns are just.
Yeah, just spews up bullets everywhere.
Yep. Exactly.
It's a door boss.
Yeah. Even does some weird slow bullet patterns later on.
So
Oh, I
what are
forgot
the
to
other-
mention, but Jaimers has the arranged soundtrack on the port.
What are the
don't
other changes between Arcade and Arcade Plus? Did they change anything else?
Boss milking,
There
there's a
is-
TLB. As far as I know, those are the main.
There's an extremely difficult TLB. Makes
Yeah.
this clear around 5 times harder. Get hyped for that. Get real hyped.
Those guys M2 really
Oh, this is very
want
clever.
players dead.
Just go up and down point blanking to have an easier time. Nice approach.
Yeah, I don't
This
think
looks-
this boss is not a problem for a person like Jaimers. He's used to this kind of thing.
Very well
Yeah, he
done.
makes it much easier than this because this boss is very tough.
And yeah, there's that misdirect on the first pattern. I feel like you can do it without it, but it's just you should just do that. On the slow
Right.
bullets. Okay, last stage. This is the big difficulty spike. Like if you don't have a route, you're just gonna die here.
Yes.
And also, there's a crazy amount of slowdown. This game in general has huge amount of slowdown, even for cave games, I'd say. You'll see a bit of that here. These turrets have a surprisingly small hitbox, so you need to be specific about hitting them. Be more on them later. And these big tanks have a ton of health, so you basically need to have a route or you'll have to bomb in many situations.
That's some very clever misdirection of bullets here. Going for the times 16, obviously.
Right, yeah. Also, that he can damage it faster while doing that. He doesn't
Right.
need to move out of the way.
Right.
I think he wants to kill it quite early here to... Yeah, so actually, maybe he messed up his route or something.
He wants
I
to
don't think
leave
it's
it
supposed to be
alive. He wants to leave it alive to get bigger bullet cancels, I believe.
Oh, that's so tough.
I don't think he... Yeah, I don't think he got it. But
Oh,
he still-
almost.
Here the chains do get really tricky here. Like if you're playing for score survival on this stage, it's like a difference. Like yeah, leaving that thing alive is like okay.
Yeah, I mean basically the more HP the enemies have, the more difficult it is to get the multiplier.
Yeah, basically more room for error.
Right.
At the big tank here, you can surprise if you're playing survival. You can scroll them off screen; they won't shoot. But that's not.
I didn't even know about that.
That's a cheesy survival strat. I always do that.
Pretty cool. So got the quick kill there. Nice.
If you don't speed kill these big things, it's very easy to get overwhelmed. But if you do, you get the multiplier, and you can chain these things. And good time.
Ah, so Arcade Plus as an Autobomb, apparently, then.
No.
No. That's only super easy.
Basically, the Arcade Plus is a... Well, essentially it's harder, but not really. Yeah, it's harder. Yeah, it's harder. It's harder than the arcade game.
Very,
Very
slightly.
Also, there's a 4th playable character, which is pretty decent.
It was advertised as like really good for scoring or something, but
I don't think she is.
The character is super strong, so it's actually kind of bad for scoring.
Yeah, she's a bit slow, and
I don't think they really understood what they were doing there.
I mean, I don't think it's a bad character, but it's not like a Rory scoring type character.
I'm too that she's actually very good for scoring, so I'm not really sure what that.
Oh, are you milking this thing, madman?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, this is a really fun boss once you get the hang of it. There's a fun watching here. You can also like circle around him from above, which beginners will definitely not know. Like I didn't know that for a long time. You can make a lot of these patterns easier. Like if you're getting trapped, you can like fly a circle around this thing. And,
so those little cars, those trucks that come out of the boss and from the sides, are they random or do they appear in always the same areas?
I think it's like it's static cycle. And yeah, you circle above him. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Like, there are multiple places they can come out of, but it's like random when and where.
Yeah, apparently this guy has a crazy timeout pattern. I haven't seen it. But...
Yeah, I tried.
I've never seen that either.
I tried timing that out once and couldn't get it. It's really, really hard.
Interesting.
It's like 30 seconds long as well.
Huh.
Don't shoot me. So you can.
I just realized the item count is really low here, so you might not be able to do.
That's intentional.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So you can milk this boss until turrets are gone. Then that's only one target left, so you can't get any tick points from it.
Oh, okay, that's nice. That is a pretty clever way they balanced that out.
These yellow tanks, the yellow cars, can just snipe you whenever you want.
I like just how slow and methodically the approach to this.
Yeah, it's a very like a bland approach.
Evading the trucks. I just like the pacing of this boss. I mean, it's kind of slow, but it's still interesting. It's still exciting.
Yeah. I would say it is a lot harder if you don't do the circling from above thing.
Oh, definitely.
Sure.
There's no reason not to do it though once you know about it. But you can do it without it.
You need to be
Or
very patient during this fight. If you get impatient, you might screw yourself over.
I have to watch my timer because I don't want it to go to 30 seconds left because then the timer pattern happens.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a yellow thing anyway.
Can still get 14 at the start here, I believe, though.
Alright, yeah. This is a really cool part here, so it's gonna, since this player is two-side...
Okay, maybe not.
Okay, he's gonna yeah. So he'll have to get it later. But basically, wait, do you even gain time? No, he needs a multiplier to even start a timer. Yeah. Oh yeah, this guy gets it. So on player 2 side, when you cancel bullets and collect items, it will extend his timer even with the bomb. And so you can use the bomb for scoring here. And since he has the 300 items, it works better here than with the 200 as well.
You can have times 16 for basically the entire stage using the bombs.
Yeah, it's
Right
really
until
cool.
the
'Cause
very end.
otherwise, there would be no scoring use for the bomb. And this game has a pretty unique bomb, so it's cool.
Well, you
You
want
use it for
to
point blanks.
you want to bomb sometimes so that the max yen goes higher, because every
Yeah.
100 yen is like 300k or something.
yeah, he's
in the
like-
bonus.
And
Yeah.
he's getting recharge cycles because the items are maxing out. It's cool. Okay, now the main part is over, and he's gonna enter the boss soon. He got a good chunk of points there.
Are there
And
any
then full
scoring
bombs.
advantages for using the one-player side?
No,
Or is it just
no.
All right.
To raise max yen, probably. Not for this stage though, probably.
Yeah, overall this is just too much better. And it's neat because you get a use for the bombs and the...
Ah, I see. Here's this extra character, right? It's not there in arcade.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So let me guess. That's the TLB.
Maybe.
Or not?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right. Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, I like the arranged song for this boss, or this is the last boss. This boss is very
in general,
random.
The presentation is just amazing.
Yeah. This boss is a bit like a glow squid or something from a Guerrero guy. He has multiple attacks he's gonna do at the same time, and they're random.
Right.
So you can get a bad combo. This one is a pretty...
Ah, I didn't know they're random. That's insane.
They are very, very random which one you get. You can get a very tough pattern.
Oh, that's interesting.
The different bullet colors helps a lot, but I think he's getting a nice pattern here. It's not even doing the aimed blue shot, but he's gonna use a bomb for safety.
Probably to set
A lot
up
of damage.
16.
Yeah, the
Also
bombs
gets
are
some
really
points
strong.
back.
Like that was only 1/3 of his bomb stock, and it did like that much damage.
Yeah.
Damn.
And you can also
Oh,
refill
nice.
the
You got the
bombs.
multiplier going.
Yeah, he has so many items he can refill the bomb during this boss. Okay, this boss is really tough. Easily the hardest part of the game. This is surprisingly difficult. Those red bullets there to lead through.
Yeah, that looks insane.
Yeah, especially because it takes time to unfocus. It's easy to mess up your
Yes.
movement.
And again, the hitbox of the boss is so small, and then you have all these bullet patterns.
Yeah, it's a bit like a Toho game where you have to move under the boss,
Right.
like most cave games. I feel like this pattern does a good job teaching that, though. Because basically,
Oh, shit.
you only have low power. Is he gonna use a bomb to gain power? So if you bomb bullets, you do gain power items. Sometimes you
Yeah.
want to use.
Oh, well.
Oh yeah, the boss
Spin power here.
finishing it also helps, but I don't think it's gonna get max power. No, okay.
Oh, damn. So how
This
bad
pattern
is
is
it for scoring?
interesting.
Well, how many points do you lose when you die? How bad is it?
You lose 1 mil in your end bonus. And you also will, well, you lose your power and max yen. So it can be pretty bad depending on where you die. I
Yeah,
don't
the
think
end points is very-
dying here is most of the time, though. It's just gonna
Yeah.
be a 1 mil loss. Nothing
Yeah,
more
on the
than that.
last boss, I think it's probably not too bad, right?
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Just
Yeah,
a
on the last boss, it's not too bad.
small score. If you're gonna die anyway, you need to run. It's probably this boss.
Yeah. I mean, and
If
that
you
was
die
the first,
anywhere else,
the first
then
death,
one is
by the
over.
way, right?
This pattern is surprisingly tough, but he has a nice route here. You don't want to focus heal really at all, especially because there's a lot of slowdown. It's hard to like. If you start focusing, you're like, oh, it's really slow.
If you push the
Trap
screen
on
around a
bullets.
lot here, you can despawn some of the bullets, making going through the waves easier.
Oh, so the blue
No,
bullets
this-
here, are they static?
They're
Yes, there.
Okay, this
Oh,
pattern
this
you
is-
gotta memorize, or you.
Nah, it's completely
just
random.
one, yeah.
It's completely random, guys.
Okay,
How are
this
they
thing, yeah, you
so
gotta do the
conveniently
big
being aimed
screen.
at you.
Screen time.
Yeah, that's again some very clever misdirection.
Yeah, he's like counting. He has to count his normal shots, then does his rush. If you don't do that, you will get trapped. And you try to streams. So, I think he got this down now. He's doing very wide misdirections, which makes it easier. Most people will not go this high on the screen, but this makes it a lot more manageable.
Yeah, it looks very
when it shoots like those 8 waves of bullets, it's harder if you do it on the left side for some reason.
Interesting. I guess the last or first shot is position.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's why. I forgot why.
Ooh, he got it.
Okay, down to the hands. This is an interesting pattern. So the blue is aimed, purple is random, and the movement direction is random, but you can usually react to. But she can screw you over. Like, that was almost a bad situation she forced, but if you're patient, you can usually do this fight. No miss, but it can be really annoying.
She can wall you actually. It's nothing you can do.
Interesting.
So the most important thing to watch out for is just to not get trapped at the bottom of the screen, right? Just stay on top as much as possible.
Yeah,
and
staying
then
above
do some
her is
damage
a
as well.
good idea, like circling around her.
And then you
actually
damage the boss.
Oh!
This pattern's actually really fun. You dodge it at the bottom, but it's way harder, so there's no reason to do it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
So when you bomb her, the boss is like getting away out of the screen.
yeah, you can still like
She just runs off.
There's a specific way to bomb, like where you like move diagonally or something while bombing, where you can damage it quite a bit. But well, it doesn't matter at this level or this low health. You can sort of just bomb to survive.
Ooh, he
Nice,
got the
16
time
times.
16.
The time
Nice.
16 kill there gives a ridiculous
pretty amazing.
score. It's like 1 mil over no
Nice.
multiplier. It's kind of brutal.
800k, yeah.
Oh yeah, time for the crazy
800K,
TLB.
yeah. Close enough. Oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
True last boss.
So this first pattern is sort of tough. It's gonna do this like aimed that pattern the hell out of the way.
You shouldn't die to it if you just take it slowly.
And that's
Yeah.
pretty straightforward.
So for some reason this song has this boss has 3 different songs for each, or a song for each phase, but they last
Super
like
epic.
they last
Epic
like
song for a super epic boss.
This is pretty easy. You just like you gotta fly through the blue bullets gaps and then you got it.
Now the pattern
Fly
coming
through
up
16 times.
rivals the washing machine in difficulty. Extremely difficult. Don't blink.
It shows the timeout pattern. Oh no. 14 times. Hey, this pattern is weird. I don't know what they were thinking, it's 2 hours.
Who the hell knows what they were thinking when they made this?
This
pattern?
looks so unfinished.
It's wild. Yeah, this
Look at the health
gives,
bar, look at the boss health bar.
I think this gives the same amount of score as Lars' final phase, so make sure to kill it with time 16. It's not that hard to do.
Can
but
you do it?
Make sure you do it correctly.
It's so slow.
The music is going crazy.
No,
Oh, amazing.
great run.
Yeah, good run.
Very well
Is it
done.
a one
Yeah,
miss?
very nice. 1 minute.
I love
yeah,
the
1 miss.
explosion of
That's
blood.
pretty
in
good.
there.
Crazy.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, the scoring overall was a bit sloppy, but resource-wise it was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, failing the like after the mid boss in last stage, not getting the multiplier must have cost a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what the final score is right now, or are we gonna have to wait until after the credits?
I think it's at 32.
32.
Nice.
What's your PB?
Really
You
great
got
score.
like 34 the other day or something?
He has 35.3 or something.
35 even. Damn.
Yeah. Arcade's PB is like 33. I can get like 35 in arcade as well.
Just gotta milk some more.
Yeah. Arcade scores higher if you milk a lot, but if you don't milk that much, Arcade Plus probably scores a little bit more. Just do the
Yes, because of the
TLB.
TLB, yeah.
Yeah.
TLD
Gives
is
an
worth
extra,
like
1.5 mil maybe.
Last phase is what 800k, and the other
Yeah.
ones I think are like 200k. So like
Is that-
1.4k.
Is that ignoring the
A million,
items though?
4 million.
32. Yes.
Yeah, there are more items as well. Yeah, that's true. Probably more like 1.5
Equals to
million extra.
PV.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Aspirate. Thanks again and congrats, Jaimers. It was a terrific run. And I
Great
think
job.
we're a little bit behind schedule. So the next one is EC2151. That's the player name. And the game is Darius Burst Chronicles. And we're going to see a Chronicle mode 1cc. And
Nice.
yeah, looking forward to that one.
Yeah, and for the schedule concerns, there will be a run that got canceled a little bit earlier, so we can just slide on through, so it shouldn't be a big deal. So I'll update the schedule as we do the next run.
I'll be back in 2 minutes. Gotta go check something.
Okay, so we're going to switch over to EC, running some Darius Chronicles. Stay tuned.